Just listen. Can you hear them? How much importance these Americans put on their dogs instead of their neighbors, letting them run loose to cause so much disturbance. Nothing I tell you is more precious than community. This is what I remind all the Indians every year when they complain that there is no inexpensive way to do a cultural function. Let's just go to an Indian restaurant, they say. Why organize a show for several months? They ask me how many times do they need to see small girls with stiff smiles doing graceless Bharatanatyam. I tell everyone that doing things the proper way is what's best for the younger people. My own children are working hard at difficult universities. Georgia Tech and Emory, I remind them. Every year my kids are coming still and helping out with the association shows. Don't we parents have to set an example? The big problem, I tell my husband Dilip, is the new immigrants. We have been here 22 years and I have not taken anything for granted. These new ones, they come and go thinking they can take over. Some of them start dance schools and then just disappear after 2 years. Some of them think they can run a community association just because their husbands are doctors. Where is the respect for experience, for qualifications? Even at work, I can tell values are slipping. Being a manager at Softenex means nothing. On the conference calls, only Indians in India hold the power. Kali, have you forgotten that you yourself are Indian? Why do you want to continue these presidential duties year after year if you are hating even being around Indians? Dilip asks me. He thinks my blood pressure is getting too high. Every week he is forcing me to check it. He is saying that there are more important things at our stage in life, like planning for retirement and working to pay for 2 children in college. He is saying last year I should have stepped down and let someone else be president of the Indian American Association of Atlanta. Get some youngster, someone newly married, Dilip suggests. Then he mentions that lady. That Mehta woman. The one who is always having exclusive parties and importing diamond sets from India. Now I know my blood is boiling. I have to hide it. The noises grow louder from outside. I take my files and computer into the bedroom to make my phone calls. I start with Yamuna, a timid lady originally from Andhra Pradesh. I have made her head of the music committee. They are saying that classical music should be limited to 5 minutes this year, Kali. And they want us to put a dance number between each one. Listen, I say, into the phone, sitting up against my pillow. Yamuna, listen. Tell me exactly who is saying this. Are you not the committee head? Outside, the dogs are barking like they have some disorder. I spoke to Dr. Mehta, Yamuna is saying gently. He says that no one will be interested in listening to anything more than 5 minutes. Dr. Mehta or Mrs. Shivani Mehta? Which one said it? I demand. What would that stupid fellow know about music? Does he even know what a veena is? Yamuna is not answering. Listen! Yamuna, I am saying louder into the phone. Refuse! Finally, Yamuna is speaking up. They will not listen. They are saying that Manu Chandra Krishnan might not be able to perform for Yugadi. That means no one will be playing the veena anyway. What? I don't know if I've heard her correctly with all the barking. His job, Kali. You've not heard. Of course I have, I snap at her. But I haven't. I get off the phone with Yamuna. Before I can call the Chandra Krishnans, I hear the dog starting up again. I turn up the clock radio and dial the phone. I have never been the last one to get news. This must be some misunderstanding. Yamuna can be a little bit dim, I have to say. No spine on that one. Hello, I ask. Their daughter, Alina, has answered the phone. As usual, she is not saying anything. Then she mutters to someone, It's Kali auntie. I tell you, these children. The phone is handed over. Listen, Oma, you must refuse, I say. What? Chandra Krishnan is asking. I am so angry. The dogs are barking. The phone is clicking. There is no peace. Tell Manu to refuse is what I am saying. Refuse what, Kali? Uma Chandra Krishnan, my best friend, is also a meek woman. How she will defend her husband from the loss of his job? How can she do that if she cannot even tell me her husband has lost his job in the first place? Kali, you should just hear this, Uma tells me. I've been hearing that Shubhani woman is organizing a separate Gujarati Holi function just so she can be in charge. Apparently that retiree is also involved, PK Bhatt. He and she are working together now, I've heard. Who cares about the loss of such people, I say to Uma. With her, I can say anything. All we need to run this association is old-timers like you and me and a few others. You will have to do without me also, Kali. We may not wait until June to go back to India. Dilip comes in and finds me with a warm washcloth on my head. What is it? What happened? He asks. The radio is blasting. The phone is on the bed. My computer is open. The dogs are barking. Uma and Manu are going back to India because of Manu's job. After 10 years here, I say weakly. I can barely believe it. Dilip sits down and closes the computer. What is there to say? I am thinking how alone I will feel if all this comes to pass. My friends move to India, the new separate associations and functions. For a moment, I do not even hear the dogs. Then, I think and think. Ping, the computer says when I open it. I open my spreadsheet and look for that PK Bhatt's telephone number. I was not named for a goddess for nothing, I think. I will not give up without a fight.